various platforms up. Be with you. Let's see how we go. Wait for YouTube. There we go. Shut up, man. We're off. Alrighty. Hey, everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Now, today we did our 24-hour stream on the weekend. It wasn't long ago. And we got a truckload done on the lake, which is a wonderful thing. There's a couple of small bits we need to do before assembling, but they're pretty minor. It won't take us long. Now I hit this with varnish a little while ago. By this I'm talking about the kit. I realised I'd forgotten to do so, and I did need to do so. So I'll get onto that. Mostly, it should be a fairly straightforward sort of cruise today. Now, there's a couple of things I do also want to do. Oh, camera. Oh, there it is. Well, I think too. Oil. Also, I think too. They belong. Now, finally, before we regress, as it were, very important detail. Oh, yeah. Now then, I will flick the light on so that you guys get less blinded by the light, as it were. Let's get you a bit of a viewing angle there. Yeah, let's raise that up. Oh, there we go, kids. Now, here's where we're at. Here are our parts. Now, we'll just see how dry it is. Yeah, it's null oil time. You can do little touch-ups with it later if you want. But, now for those unfamiliar, null, also be well advised to get oh god, what do they call that? I don't even use this. And look at that shite. I don't use that. That's awful. This one is better. Anyway, the point I'm getting to, kids, is null oil. This stuff has, I believe, a very high surface tension, making it adhere very tightly to the surfaces it is applied to. The idea being it brings up highlights. That's the plan. To the end, kids, and what we're going to do, any excess, we are going to mop up with that. It's a pretty simple op. Or with that, we're going to apply with that, mop with that. Get myself confused. Dear Eddie. Start with, actually, might as well start with this, doesn't really matter. More on the cracks, bigger point. Just highlights everything. Never a bad outcome, I'm sure you'll agree. Now, those aren't missed. That's actually been done for a reason. Main reason being, so that's where it gets glued onto the frame of the link. Now, I might move that over there because that was a bit too close to my elbow for me to be entirely happy with. Once we got this on, bits and bobs. The itself. Set this up. Yeah, that's good. Wait a minute. Oops. Once this is fully dried, there we go. Now, excuse me. Now that I continue, I'll zoom in. Be happy with how some of this has come up. There we go. Now you can see it's still drying. Well, but you can see how it's really brought everything right up. And there are possibly good. Pretty happy with most of that. Now, zoom out. Yeah, that's going to come up really. Finally, we've hit cockpit walls. Well, most of them. Aren't we doing? All right. Boom. Now we don't need to do that one by virtue of the fact that there's a decal that goes there. There's a decal there. But now they're gonna look good. Nice. All right. Once I've rinsed these, I'll zoom in on this. The cockpit walls look nice. Pretty happy with how they're coming up. Rinse. Over there. One of my crap brush holders. Get over how shitty. I bought a couple of packs of crap brushes for those occasions when crap brushes are handy. You know, I use good brushes to do some things. Now, here we go. Anyway, but I'm just looking at some of them going, my God, they are brushes. I'll show you the one. Look at this nonsense, man. What the hell? Look at this. I don't know what those manufacturers thought they were doing. Get some different cheap brushes that are. But shit brushes can't be that shit cool. Anyway. So there's one of our cockpit walls. It doesn't get. Hang on, let's get you a bit more clarity on that. There we go. There's that. Now on here it doesn't get too much more exciting because there's going to be a decal there. But we have that one there. The other side. I mean, this is looking quite nice, I think. That one. Got a bit of it'll look pretty good from the outside as far as a thing to put on the bucket even. Just my own edification and humour. Yeah, zoom out. Now I'm about to probably go, yep, and the point of and you do one. Sprue could be handy for sprue stretching. I digress. Yeah, well, ultimately, of course, go together. There's other bits holding it in position. Oh, a little bit of sprue. This one always good. Alright. Just, I mean, I know it's a very rough day. Actually, it's a small deal. Buy the library. That actually looks pretty cool. I mean, I know it's something that you're not going to see unless you actually look from that angle, but it'll give it that nice bang. There we go. Then got that's going to look kind of cool. Pretty happy with that. Zoom in. Have a small executive visit. Now I need some decals on some of these parts. That of its own is not an issue. However, seem to recall, the step one, if we go to our assembly instructions, so a picture I've left over there, of course I have. I've left just over on another desk, give me a moment. Roll back. Stretch up. Oh, yeah, stuff. Now, our first step. Page. Guys, I just saw something on the. This is not relevant for us. I'll show you what I'm waffling about in a minute. Give me a tick, guys. Just got my instructions. Now, the first step on the assembly is this. And what I was looking, okay, goes like this. Gave these, like drill there, and it was a question mark, as you can see. See page 21. Enough one thought. There's another decal. My decal's handy. I'm going to need a minute. Now, what we do next, if you go to page 21, what it turns out is that it's nothing I'm going to want to deal with, because I'm not going to go for the aircraft stand. I'm going to have mine on wheels. Solved it. So, in that regard, that's not an issue. Now, get into that being point one, here is our Bombay floor. That's the first part. There's we might as well get that. But I don't want to hit that with a bit of nail. Really? Really? Don't reckon you're getting a little particular there, big boy. It's all black. It's not. Some little grey on the surface. I digress. That's gunmetal grey there. Down. Once you've sanded. Okay. Now, with that goes, I think they're in here. Won't take me long to find them. Gun stuff. Oh no, I've got various containers with various things. And I'm surprised. Here they are. These. Now, here's an important detail. Which one of those goes down to the other end? Once that's glued on, we'll let that sit for a bit. We should get on some decals and other bits of assembly that need to be done. We're actually making, as far as it goes, reasonably good time on this so far. Alright. Okay. That goes all that way. Okay. That one. Let's have a look at this one. This one looks like it might be a little bit of a thing we need to get another. That's it. Oh yeah. Yeah, so that goes on. Alright. Now that shouldn't be too hard to achieve. At all. Sand. And this one looks far more obvious. Once these are on, might see about doing some little touch-ups, we shall see. But I think our first port of call will be decal time. Decal time. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. How long will that sit? I'll just put it there. Let's see. There we go. Let's see if it's quite snuggling. And you don't drop it. That goes on equally snuggling. Look at that. That shows him shouldn't. So that's going to go. It's okay. That's okay. What I can do. Let's see. Yeah. That's okay. What we'll do, I'll tell you what the conundrum is. Well, it's not a conundrum, it's a minor issue actually. And in fact, maybe it's a convenient piece of timing in its own little way. Okay. I thought this didn't show, so I hadn't painted it. If you look closely, given all the nice work we've done, what I failed to notice, this is going to show from the front and look like shit. Now, as you can gather, people, I am reluctant to have it look like shit. This end doesn't matter so much. Ultimately, that will be going like there. And there. So that's not an issue. That's not going to be really visible through there. I could possibly slap it with some interior green just for my own edification. May as well. But ultimately, that's less of an issue. But this, now that's okay. That actually gives us a few differing options, and we've got other stuff to do, like I said. And in fact, one thing I can also do, this one anyway needs a bit of a, both needs a bit of work on the touch up front. Take care of that business. This, do I want to slap it? Oh no. Really? Alright, so we'll pop that. Actually, we'll pop that there. Now, two colours we got on. That will be, wow, that's interesting. As a quick little aside, it's a little bit irrelevant, but hey. That's the Bombays right there, right? Now, look how close all the actual aircrew are to it. That's what else are you going to do with it? Wow, like this guy's sitting directly above a shitload of bomb. These dudes, bombs right behind him. He's get shot there. Imagine how you'd like life. Not much, I would think. Well, you probably wouldn't know about it. Now, that being so, actually I do need this one on hand. That's got a decal. First things first. Now, these are on this because oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Very much here. It's coming up. That's really nice. Really nice. I might put a bit of grime on that before I actually, unlikely to looking quite that pretty. That's looking as a good start. I'm happy with that. These don't decals. Decal then paint. Paint then decal. May as well as consider touch-ups on the interior I need done. Get them done now. Yeah, decals. We require okay. 5 decals that we need. Number 5 goes on the seat headrest. Number 1 goes on the dash. But 2, I would suggest, goes on that side panel. Number 3 goes on the navigator floor. before on the back. Okay, yep, that's nice and neat. Now, scalpel. These out and pop them back. They belong. Just look, scalpels. What are you doing? Here's my scalpels. That's very convenient. Not only have Airfix nice neat little line sliced out like that. And also, the thing I do appreciate at any given time, adequate provision of space. Just actually got a bit of it's a good amount of space to be able to haul onto hardboard without getting definitely back. I'm never unhappy for that. Slicing. Right. Yeah. Alright. This juncture, I may as well. A few things I can do, and then I'll go get the water. When I put decals, I always find it useful to that's about an angle. It is makes it easier to get them on or to get them on. So to that end, one example of what I'm talking about is a better angle coming down here. One. Them. Oh, there's a wee bit. Right. Now, and let's not forget decal. talking about the big parts. It's this one. It's a decal. Right, now I'll probably get a lump of blue tack. That. Right, now I'll put my scalpel aside. Go get some water, but I'm also going to take a brief break because I need a little pork man's room. Sure you don't want that audio. I'll be taking the mic off. And then I'll get some water, pour out deckling, and at that juncture we'll get down to the nitty-gritties here. My deckling tweezers. These are my deckling brushes. Alright, back soon. Ahoy, hoy, I'm back. Now, let's get this done. So, now, um, get that out of the way. Um, and we will do this scalpel. And doesn't really matter the order we do them. And the final analysis. I think I'll do 5 first by virtue of the fact that left on its own it's a really small. These will lose small deckle. True. Not scary. But it's true. I don't know when it happens. Really warm. This warm's really warm. This water's really warm. So hopefully this will facilitate the process. If the water's too cold, it'll take longer. Hey man, that's my stress level. Yeah. There you are. Oh, no, no. Girl's being a little optimistic. Smaller deckles, more. Just what I'm looking for. They're easier to move, I guess. Maybe it's just that they have less backing. These are the questions. Actually, no, they're not. Come on now. There I don't actually want. But we'll move that. Which I think. There. Beautiful. It's just a shade. That's okay. Okay, let's go and see what we do. Alright. So I've been going down the chair. See, there's the little yellow dot, and that's the deck. I should probably give you guys a better view. Rolling up well, but yeah. The second. Yeah, there's no point, right? Magnification, that's pretty. I've often speculated that the whole magnification thing really facilitates or can facilitate more accuracy in modelling. I think I just saw it in action. Fantastic. Ah, wind pins. How you doing, buddy? Feeling okay? Oh, next, we shall bring. Now, we might want to get a little more linear. So, we'll start with da, 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 da. I'm good. I'm good. I've been. I find myself in a happy little position. At the moment, I got my main source of income at the moment is I get a allowance from the government to be my mother's carer. I've got a bonus in that. Yet it's being a carer, the form of pension. Actually isn't a bad wicket, and you get little bonuses. And I've got one of those financial little financial position. If I'm careful with that. On the way, I have myself well posited, hunkered down, the better part of a day and a half, doing shit that I want to do. That, in my eyes, is always a good thing. Most people are pretty happy if they're able to do shit they want to do. I certainly am. So, and I'm doing the Lancs interior decals at the moment. Once they're in Aussie, we are going to discover there's a bit of painting that I've missed. Heaven forfend. That I need to do before we can really assemble the aircraft. So I'll show you what the issue is in due course. It's a pretty minor issue, it's got to be said. Point where, really? Answer, really. We all know the drill, man. We all know a bit anal about this sort of stuff. So let's see how this devil's rolling, shall we? I think it should be good to go, actually. Not too much more time. Also, just realised something else. There's a, I don't know if you're familiar with a company called Mr. Hobby. They do some, tried some of their, I've tried a few of their products and been generally really happy. It's bizarre. What I might do, won't do it now, probably even after the next stream. What I'll do is, I will check my settings on my audio. It would make sense. That might be the issue. If that is the issue, I'll attend to that. There's our dash. I'm actually really glad I took the time to do those little bits there. The red and the green bits, because I think that really adds to the whole thing. Very happy with that. Oh, that's a bit swish. Check this out, man. What Airfix have done there is rather well done of them, I must say. Is if you look closely here, let me just get a. It moves the bloody focus. There we go. Now, if you look, you'll see they've got there's an actual raised area there, but it actually matches 6 dials. I think that's pretty cool that they've done that. Nice. Happy with that. Oh, look, I've seen some of the shit that dudes can do with, I've seen them with lights inside the actual cockpit area. Now, the only issue I have with that, and little engines inside the White 1:72 aircraft, the only issue I have with doing that is A, it requires more of a permanent base. I live in an apartment that I rent. Sooner or later, that's going to become a bit of a conundrum in that situation, Two, it does come a certain point where, whilst I admire the effort and all that, I don't know if I could be fucked doing that. I really don't. I have, however, heard of you can apply, or it's an effect that you can apply that creates the look of interior light. Now, I have to do a bit more research on that. Because for a length, that might be the go, but it may also be too late. Be that as it may. Next one. Oops. Will be the one in the fuselage. So I'm just going to do this in linear order. That one. Oh, I know what I was going to ask, or ask you and get your thoughts on. I've been thinking about what you've been saying as far as my finishing too early. Now, question, because I was looking at the stream results from my 24-hour stream, and whilst I set it up mostly for a Friday night sort of a thing for a lot of people. That was on the time zone factors. That was part of the premise. It did seem to bear out that the numbers may have correlated indeed to the post-war work thing of. Well, there were 2 streams that had higher numbers. I'm going to do a bit of research to check out the time zone factors. But what I'm thinking is. Starsky and Hutch. I used to have their theme music on my phone. The thing that used to crack me up about the theme music was that it sounded so much like a porn tune. Very cool car, it's got to be said. Yes, Starsky. Actually, there's something to build. TV cars. Not just any car, TV cars. I wouldn't mind. I mean, I've always well, not always, but I have speculated that if I'm going to build a car, there's a few I build. Certainly the classic James Bond Aston Martin DB5 have to be a winner. Oops, now, keep forgetting this stuff. I thought it was just applied after the fact, but apparently it's better served to apply before. Yeah, I'd be, I have to say, Starsky and Hutch car would be pretty tidy. Oh, hey, I've been looking for a suitable Phantom, or the correct model of Phantom for Chris Olds. And not having much, I believe his was an F4A. Looking for. Oh, what I found out was, okay, you know how I did, well, 5 streams, but say 4, the 4 main ones. The 2, much higher number of viewers than the others. Now, that's beautiful. Can't be unhappy with it. Okay, that's pretty happy with that. Now, and what I'm going to just check is to see if it correlates with is the whole thing of whether one relates to post-work times in Europe and the other one to the US. If so, I'm going to be making some adjustments to my timing schedule so that I can actually probably be on a bit later for people in your part of the world and indeed in Europe. And I think that may help me out in the bigger scheme, I think. I was just curious to see what your thoughts were on that. Because what I'd need to work out, I guess, I mean, okay, I would probably time it from for a US stream, probably from about 5:30, somewhere in probably the middle district, because that's not too late for people in the East Coast. Bit early for people on the West Coast, but of course if I'm going for a few hours, that's more academic. So that's what I'm speculating on. Should be a nice easy one. To the next. So this one doesn't have to be too specific. Right, now, here we go. What I would probably do in actuality, if I was going to do one to cover the European 9 to 5, that would obviously be a very different time again. But I could certainly manage 3 streams a week. Instead of starting at 12 noon at your time, I would probably start closer to 3 p.m. and I would probably go for 3 hours. So that would give me a good coverage, I think. Because they'll give me 3 till 6 in your no time zone. I then just need to work out how I would go about that with Europe. Anyway, point being, that's some thoughts I'm having. Because well, obviously it's about optimizing opportunity for viewers and for, I guess, where the other streamers being rated, I guess, at the day. Yeah, that's one. Very happy with how that dash is. I know a lot of it's technical, but with everything together it goes very nicely, I think. Oh no. I accidentally logged my phone. Phone's my camera, by the way. I'll fix that after I've done this decal. Yeah. Not. Okay, so, see, I didn't used to do it this way. I used to apply this after the fact. Manufacturer. Or, and I shall be curious to see the difference. Close. There we go. Boom. You're lower actually. That's the right one. There we go. Nice. Navigate the station. That's right. Slow across a bit. Alrighty. There we go. There's a navigator station. I like the detail they've given on that. I think that's kind of cool. Ah, right. Hmm. Now, that's a bit of a, yeah. He gets a lot of viewers, doesn't he? So that would probably, hmm. Yeah, to think about that one. Um, he starts at 2. Wonder if I started at 1:30. Yeah, better make sure I get this the right way around. Um, there's a water. Right. Well, I suppose my other option would be to go 1:30 to 5, sort of a deal, maybe. Or even actually 1. Only an extra hour later, possibly make my life a little easier on the getting up front. Um, so if I did from 1 till 5, oh, not from 1 till, that still doesn't work, does it? Does for the rest of the country, though. Yeah, right. Okay. So that's going to make it a problem. Um, right. That's a bit of a poser then. Work that one out. I mean, the European angle's a wee bit easier. Um, from the viewpoint, at least, of um, time, I think. Uh, that then leaves me the issue of um, oh well, things to think about. I have to work out what my best time will be. Done it again. I've forgotten to put the bloody decal softener on. Another option, but that kills the rest of it, does it? I might have a plan, mate. Yeah, I've been thinking of earlier. Why don't I go a bit later Now, problem. I thought, no, that can work. Got a cunning plan, right? I have a cunning plan. That's what I was heading towards, yeah. Now it would require me to do a bit of recalibration of my distance, but that's not a big trick. Um, ways and means. That would do it. Yeah. Something of that ilk was what I was thinking. Because then I could even start a little earlier, maybe 9:30 my time. And then that would certainly give those options, or a better option on raids and stuff like that, you would think. It would give me a bit of an overlap. Yes, that would be the plan, I think. Also, might be an acceptable time. The people in Europe, I'll just check that. There's a lot of people in Europe as well now. I'm going to need to, that's got a lot of water and stuff on it. I'm going to need to roll that out. Or 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Oh, yeah. Boom. Too easy. Yeah, I could do that. Certainly. Two days of the. I can do that. I really can. Because what I would do. Yep, that can happen. Then I might want to make an adjustment for my European stream. Which will be, when would I do that one? Although I might want to perhaps line up with Asia, because there have to be a lot of dudes in Japan, you'd think. Japan and South Korea. All right. Boom. So that's all our interior deckling done. I think that's a very good idea, Minpins. I shall take that on board. I shall work with that idea, because I think it has merit. I do. So yeah, okay, that works. Might even name to 1 p.m. Can't do till 1 p.m. today because I've got an appointment. But I could, hypothetically, do 10 till certainly till 12 today. That would be worth doing, wouldn't it? I'll give it a shot tonight or today. Be damned. That's my plan. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, by golly. Now, if you'll excuse me a moment. Or I might actually even go 9:30. to till 12. For some reason I like the idea of starting to shade earlier. Not quite sure what it is. I think what it is in my mind is the idea that if I'm already up and running, if people are going to go and do a raid, if I'm on, I'm already on, you know what I mean? That's funny. Now, I'm going to take this water away. I have a bit of a thing about water around electrical stuff, which of course the light is, and some of the other bits and bobs, not the least of which is my paint. I would also go and it's time for me to make my housemate's coffee. I'll be back shortly. Then I'll show you what I've got to do, a quick little bit of a touch up on. It's kind of irritating, but it won't take long. I'd rather do it than not do it, as you will soon see. Back in a moment. All right, I'm back now. While I was making the coffee, I was having a bit of a think about the rescheduling idea. It's a winner, I tells you. I'm seeing how this can be a good move. I'm also looking at always working out when's the best. I want to do Europe as well. The same way that Debbie does Dallas, I want to do Europe. Anyway, point being, I'll do that. Because touch-ups I want to do. That one's okay. The other one. Anyway, on this, now what I want to do with this bit here, where is, here we go. Long and the short of it, this goes on to, well, goes in there. What I didn't realise, this bit could be visible through here, creating a bit of naked sprue that no one wants. I'm going to paint that. That will need to be cark black, and it will be. So yeah, that's okay because I want to do a few touch-ups for both of them. But I'll get the cark back on this one. Probably do that little raised, raised area there. You might not be able to see. I'll do that in a different shade of grey of some variety. Now, all right. They've had a bit of a delay on actual assembly, but that's okay. We've done some good work on a few things in place. Black. Coffee. All right. The only potential downside to rescheduling would be I would sometimes need to alter my time because of appointments for my mum. I can schedule everything else around. This will work. This can happen. Now, I'll do a bit more research on the similar sort of a time for Europe. See how that fits into my schedule as an option. These are the things. Now you think about it, and you pointed out that if I went at a certain time, I'd be going against Warduck, and he gets a lot of viewers. Like so many things, if you're a TV show and you just new one, you don't necessarily put it against somebody who's already established. It's not going to get viewing. God, I can't believe I'm thinking of those two. Actually, it's like... Right, now, let's get this touched up. I might as well as wait till I'm doing both touch-ups on there. Something I will probably do when I'll do off camera. It's pretty much. I won't do it while I'm doing the next stream, but mostly want to focus on the Spitfire. I love that. But it doesn't not juncture. It's a small thing, but I actually think it will make a difference to the overall look. Very high percentage churn. It would ultimately show that's not what you want at all. I don't know whether it's going to be necessary to do this raised area. It looks like sort of box or something. A different colour. I'm going to do it anyway. Why? Because it behooves me. Pretty simple equation. Also, once I've got this paint on, look at a couple of things that we might be able to do regardless of waiting for it. These are paints that would ordinarily be airbrushed on. You have to sort of a bit more sure. They're really thin paint as a result. I always find it work the paint in and brush it on. Fine. But I think that's true of most paint. At least it is when you do this sort of stuff. Alright. Again, that's going to look a whole lot better as a result than it had naked sprue. There we go. Dry. Brush. look at the assembly instructions. If I find that the things that go together, I would rather wait. I don't know, I should be able to do the chair. Move parts of the cockpits for the pilot station. So, back, where is the pilot station? One of the other boxes, but that's okay. That's okay. Get that out in a minute. Let's have a look at these assembly instructions, mate. I'm waiting for that, but that's indeed that. Here we go. Here's stuff we can do. I think I'd actually prefer to put the bare base onto there first. So that goes onto the back of that. Should be a plausible option. I'm not doing the pilot. Pick up a couple of seat belts. As I pull on the other station. Alright, so first, give me a moment. Now what I'm going to do, I'll wind up at the usual time. I'm going to start later. I'll start at, well, it'll only be half an hour later actually, you think about it. So I'll start at 9:30 my time. Take that through till about 12. Which point? There we go. I can do that. Need to do that a few times to get how that's proceeding for us, but I think that's kind of looking. That's a very good idea. Thank you, Minpins. I appreciate that. Here's what I'm looking for. So yeah, that'll be the plan. Now let's get some of this other stuff on, shall we? Start with this one. I don't actually even need to take off the sprue just yet. Now, sprue cutters. Today one day I'm going to come up with a song about the sprue cutters, the tune of the stone cutters song. Obviously be what or who keeps the keeps the pieces, who slips the pieces off their bits. Please do. Please do. That goes back. I can see why that. I think I can see. It's okay. Well, let's do that. It's pretty swish. Do. Let's go. Sorry, I'm talking to myself here. This goes on the back. Down. Do I want to trim that off? I'll do it like that. Raise that up. Take. Oh, look at that. Needs to go down a bit, but that's without glue. Just gonna see. Let's just get this right. Okay, it's just one of those. Need a little touch of glue will help. I'm pretty sure it'll just sit this. I might just see which angle these it's supposed to be at to make sure I've got it right. Little crap. So they okay, they're parallel to ooh, yeah, okay. The back a bit of a touch. Just let it dry. Now on the dash. Righty. Now, yeah, that wasn't not satisfied. I should fix quite simple. Uh, better. It was a small thing, but these small things can often matter. Now, I'm going to do that, pop this onto the back of that. That being the dashboard. This being this. I'm going to wind up the stream. Then I'll be back in 3 hours. I'll be staying on for a bit. And I will probably make that my new starting time. Not going to be hard to do. Questions, anything. And, you know, I could actually do that 5 days a week. I think I might. That way. The other thing I'm looking at when I'm doing this is I'm thinking, there's probably going to be little touch-ups of paint I can do as well. You know, I'm very tempted. Yeah, to do some of that next stream. Oops. On. All right. Alright, so we're going to let all of that dry. Pretty chipper and chirpy with it all. It looks like from the back that some of that decal there's not quite right, but we're talking teeniest bit. Now, excuse me, I'm going to flick the light out, but I can kind of get about that. Anyway, what I'm going to do now, wind the stream up. Now, I'm off. I'm going to be back in 3 hours. And then I'm going to be on for 2.5, I guess, thereabouts. And I reckon I'm going to take to be doing that on a 5-day-a-week basis. Maybe 6. See? Actually, that would change. I could do this. This works. I'm getting it. You shall indeed see me then. Yeah, rather than doing this first stream, I would do, yeah, okay. This can happen. I need to miss the occasional stream, but that will work. It will. Listen to me waffle. All right. I will indeed see you then. I'm actually even going to skip my normal spiel. But I am going to be, back in on night. Got in 3 hours, so only half an hour later than I would ordinarily. But yeah, cool. Alrighty. I'll see you then. I will enjoy brekkie, mate.